You're about to learn something uncomfortable about attraction that most men never realize. A single hug, less than 5 seconds, can permanently lock you into the friend category or trigger desire she doesn't consciously understand. And here's the dangerous part. She decides before you even let go. Not with logic. Not with emotion. With her nervous system. Most men fail this test instantly and never know why. You think you're just being polite. You think you're showing affection. In reality, you are undergoing a biological interrogation. Every square inch of her skin is a highly tuned sensor, a lie detector that bypasses her rational mind and speaks directly to her primal instincts. While you are wondering if you have something in your teeth or what you should say next, her body is already cataloging your endocrine profile, your confidence levels, and your internal stability. Touch is never neutral. It is the most honest form of communication we possess. You can rehearse 1,000 lines. You can buy the most expensive clothes. You can mimic the body language of a billionaire. But the moment your hands make contact with her body, the mask slips. The skin doesn't know how to lie. It transmits the micro-tremors of your hesitation, the frantic rhythm of your heart, and the subtle withdrawal of a man who is afraid of his own desire. Most men, even the good ones, the well-intentioned ones, approach a woman as if they are walking through a minefield. They move with a tentative, apologetic energy that screams, "Please don't be offended by my presence." And in that split second of contact, her nervous system registers that apology as weakness. It registers that hesitation as a lack of reproductive viability. She doesn't think this consciously. She doesn't go home and write in her journal that your hand placement was suboptimal. Instead, she just feels a sudden, inexplicable click in her mind that moves you into the folder labeled safe but boring. The spark dies before it even had a chance to flicker. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the cold, hard science of the human nervous system. We are walking antennas. Our skin is covered in millions of mechanoreceptors, specifically, things called Meissner's corpuscles and Merkel discs. These are designed to detect the slightest variations in pressure, texture, and vibration. When you hug a woman, you aren't just touching her. You are sending a high-speed data packet directly to her somatosensory cortex. This information then travels to the amygdala, the emotional processing center, and the insula, which handles social emotions and self-awareness. Within 3 seconds, her brain has performed a full-scale audit of your masculine presence. It is measuring your grip, the tension in your forearms, the heat of your palms, and most importantly, the location of your contact. There was a landmark study conducted that revealed a terrifyingly simple truth about the geography of attraction. Researchers found that the difference between being perceived as a sexual prospect and being perceived as a brother came down to approximately 5 inches of skin. When men placed their hands on the upper back or the shoulders during a greeting, women's brains categorized the interaction as purely platonic. The upper back is the zone of safety. It is the zone of friends, colleagues, and distant relatives. It signals that you are keeping your distance, that you are unwilling to claim space, and that you are effectively neutering your own intent. But when the hands shifted just a few inches down to the small of the back, the lower lumbar region, the entire neurochemical response changed. The lower back is a high-stakes zone. It is a vulnerable area. When a man places his hands there with calm authority, he is signaling that he is comfortable with intimacy. He is signaling that he is not afraid of the physical reality of her body. This triggers a spike in her physiological arousal, not necessarily sexual in that exact moment, but a heightened state of awareness. Her heart rate increases slightly. Her pupils dilate. Her body recognizes that the man holding her is not just another nice guy following a social script. He is a man who understands the silent language of power and desire. But placement is only the first layer. The second layer is the quality of the pressure itself. Most men fall into one of two traps. The first is the ghost touch. This is the man who is so terrified of being perceived as creepy that he barely makes contact at all. His hands hover like nervous birds on her back. This is actually more uncomfortable for a woman than almost anything else. It creates a sense of uncertainty. If you aren't fully present in your touch, her nervous system perceives a vacuum. It feels like you are withholding yourself, or worse, that you are unsure of your right to be there. The second trap is the aggressive grip. This is the man who tries to force attraction through physical dominance. He grabs too hard, he pulls too fast, and he violates the natural rhythm of the interaction. This triggers her internal alarm system. It signals a lack of calibration. The master of attraction understands a third path, calibrated pressure. This is the feeling of being held. There is a massive psychological difference between being grabbed and being held. When you hold a woman with firm, steady, and warm pressure, you are communicating that you are a container for her energy. You are telling her, I am solid. I am here. You can lean into me. This type of touch triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. It also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. When her cortisol drops in your presence, her body begins to associate you with a unique kind of safety. Not the safety of a protector who stays at a distance, but the safety of a man who can handle the intensity of her feminine essence. You become an anchor in her world. Let's talk about the timing, because the clock is your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The social hug usually lasts about 2 seconds. It's a quick, A-frame embrace where the hips stay far apart and the contact is fleeting. If you want to stay in the friend zone, keep doing that. If you want to break the script, you need to inhabit the space between 4 and 6 seconds. This is the somatic window. It is the amount of time required for the nervous system to move past the initial alert phase and into the integration phase. In those extra 3 seconds, the world disappears. The noise of the room fades. The only thing that exists is the physical resonance between your body and hers. This is where somatic memory is built. She might forget the jokes you told. She might forget what color shirt you were wearing. But her body will remember the way it felt to be in your orbit for those 6 seconds. That memory is stored in the primitive brain, far below the reach of logic. It creates a gut feeling about you that she won't be able to explain to her friends later. She'll just say, "There's something about him." That something is the fact that you spoke to her nervous system in a way that most men are too afraid to try. During these 6 seconds, your breathing is the secret conductor of the experience. Most men hold their breath when they are nervous. They tighten their chests and their shoulders rise. If you do this while hugging her, she will feel it instantly. She will feel your tension and, through a process called emotional contagion, she will become tense herself. You will effectively be infecting her with your anxiety. To master this, you must practice what is known as diaphragmic resonance. As you move in for the embrace, take a deep, slow breath into your belly. Keep your shoulders down. As your bodies meet, exhale slowly. This signals to your own brain that you are safe, which in turn signals to her brain that she is safe. Her breathing will unconsciously begin to sync with yours. This is called behavioral synchrony. When two people's respiratory rhythms align, a profound sense of trust is established. You are literally bringing her into your frame. You are setting the tempo of the interaction. Now we come to the most critical part of the entire process, the pull. Most men end a hug by simply letting go and stepping back, usually with a nervous smile or a quick comment to break the tension. This is a massive missed opportunity. If you want to leave an indelible mark on her psychology, you must increase the tension right before you release it. In the final second of the hug, instead of pulling away, you should subtly, almost imperceptibly, increase the pressure of your hands on her lower back and pull her half an inch closer. This is a move of pure masculine intent. It is the silent way of saying, "I am not finished with you yet." It creates a momentary spike in tension that is almost electric. It pushes the interaction out of the realm of the polite and into the realm of the visceral. It shows her that you are comfortable with escalation. It shows her that you are a man who takes what he wants, but with the finesse of a surgeon rather than the clumsiness of a child. After the pull, the release must be slow. Do not jump back as if you've been burned. Let your hands slide off her back with a lingering warmth. And as you create physical distance, do not look away. This is where 99% of men fail. They feel the intensity of the moment and they feel the need to diffuse it. They look at the floor, they look at their drink, or they start talking. You must do the opposite. You must hold her eyes for 1 full second after the physical contact has ended. This 1 second beat is the period. It is the exclamation point at the end of the sentence. It tells her that you are fully aware of the tension you just created, and more importantly, that you are not intimidated by it. You are standing in the fire of her gaze and you aren't blinking. This communicates a level of psychological maturity and self-assurance that is incredibly rare. It marks you as a high-status male in her evolutionary coding. Why does this work so effectively? Because women are evolved to be experts at detecting incongruence. In the ancestral environment, a woman's survival depended on her ability to accurately judge the character and the stability of the men around her. Words were cheap then and they are cheap now. Anyone can say they are confident. Anyone can pretend to be a leader. But the body doesn't have a filter. It reflects the internal state with brutal honesty. When you move through the world with a calibrated masculine presence, you are signaling that your internal and external worlds are in alignment. You are showing her that you have integrated your desires, your strength, and your awareness into a single cohesive unit. This integration is what we call presence. And presence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. This isn't just about a hug. This is a metaphor for how you handle everything in your life. The way you touch a woman is the way you touch your career, your goals, and your obstacles. Do you approach your dreams with hesitation and apology? Do you ghost touch your opportunities because you're afraid of failing or being seen as too ambitious? Or do you grab life with an aggressive, uncalibrated grip that leaves you burnt out and empty-handed? The man who masters the 5-second hug is the man who has learned to navigate the world with relaxed intent. He knows when to apply pressure and when to let go. He knows how to hold space for others without losing his own center. He understands that the most powerful messages are the ones that are never spoken. Most men will go through their entire lives wondering why they keep ending up in the friend zone. They will buy books on pickup lines, they will spend thousands of dollars on cars they can't afford, and they will go to the gym until their veins pop, all in an attempt to be attractive. But they will ignore the 5 inches of skin that hold the key to everything they want. They will continue to give safe hugs, they will continue to look away when the tension gets too high, and they will continue to wonder why the women they desire seem to look right through them. They are trying to solve a biological problem with a social solution. It doesn't work. You cannot negotiate desire. You cannot convince a woman's nervous system to find you attractive through logic or being a nice guy. You have to trigger the response at the source. When you start implementing this, when you start moving with intention, when you start placing your hands with authority, when you start holding the gaze after the release, you will notice a shift in the world around you. It won't just be the women you're dating. You will notice that people in general start to treat you differently. They will sense a weight to your presence. They will see that you are a man who is grounded. You are no longer a leaf blowing in the wind of other people's opinions. You are the wind itself. You are the one setting the frequency. And because women are more sensitive to frequency than men, they will be the first to respond to the change. Stop being afraid of your own masculinity. Stop apologizing for the fact that you are a man who desires a woman. That desire is not a bug in the system. It is the system itself. It is the drive that has kept our species alive for millions of years. When you hide it, you aren't being respectful. You are being dishonest. You are lying to her and you are lying to yourself. A woman doesn't want a man who suppresses his nature. She wants a man who has mastered it. She wants a man who can be dangerous and gentle in the same moment. The 5-second hug is the perfect laboratory to practice this balance. It is a small, controlled environment where you can test your ability to hold tension, to express intent, and to remain present. Remember the steps, because they are the blueprint for a new way of existing. Approach with calm. Do not rush. Let the world slow down as you move toward her. Plant your feet. Breathe deep. As you embrace, let your hands find the lower back, the small of her back, and rest them there with firm, warm, unmoving pressure. Avoid the shoulders. Avoid the pat on the back, which is the universal sign of, we are just friends. Hold the position for 4 to 6 seconds. Let your breathing settle. Let her feel the heat of your palms through her clothes. Then right before the end, give that subtle pull. Draw her into your space. Claim that half-inch of territory. Release slowly. Step back with your head held high. Look her in the eyes and hold that gaze for a heartbeat longer than is comfortable. Then, and only then, continue the conversation or walk away. You are not doing this to trick her. You are doing this to communicate the truth of who you are. You are a man of presence. You are a man of intent. You are a man who understands that the most important things in life happen in the silence between the words. You are speaking a language that is older than English, older than any culture, and older than the human mind itself. You are speaking the language of the nervous system. And once you learn to speak it fluently, you will never have to worry about the friend zone again. You will occupy a category of your own. You will be the man she can't stop thinking about, the man whose touch she can still feel hours after you've left the room, and the man who understands the uncomfortable truth about attraction that most men will never realize, that if you are ready to stop guessing and start leading, if you are tired of being the safe choice and want to become the only choice, then you need to take this seriously. This is the difference between living on the sidelines of your own life and stepping onto the field. The world doesn't need more nice guys who are afraid of their own shadows. It needs men who are integrated, men who are present, and men who have the courage to touch the world with intention. Go out and practice this. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is the one you create. Watch how the energy changes. Watch how she looks at you after those 6 seconds are over. You won't need to ask if it worked. You'll see it in her eyes. You'll feel it in the way she lingers in your presence. The biological interrogation has begun, and this time you're going to pass with flying colors. 4 more insights into the dark psychology of attraction and how to master your masculine presence. Subscribe now and turn on all notifications. Don't let your biology work against you. Learn to command it. Your transformation starts with the very next person you touch. Don't waste the moment. Master it.